Join us as we delve into some of the most significant blunders in human history, events that remind us of the fine line between success and failure. Number 5. The sinking of the Titanic. In April 1912, the RMS Titanic set sail on her maiden voyage, heralded as the pinnacle of human engineering, unsinkable. But in the icy waters of the North Atlantic, that hubris was shattered. The Titanic struck an iceberg, and in just a few hours, over 1,500 lives were lost. The disaster was not just a maritime tragedy, it was a failure of human arrogance and oversight. Lifeboats were insufficient, warnings were ignored, and the ship's speed was dangerously high for the conditions. The Titanic sinking remains a somber reminder that no achievement is immune to the forces of nature or human error. Number 4. The Vietnam War. A conflict that spanned nearly 2 decades, remains one of the most contentious and painful chapters in American history. Driven by the fear of communism's spread, the United States committed vast resources and manpower to a war that many believe was unwinnable from the start. Despite superior firepower and technology, the U.S. faced an enemy with deep knowledge of the terrain and an unwavering resolve. The war, which was meant to demonstrate American strength, instead exposed deep flaws in U.S. foreign policy and led to a nation divided. The loss of over 58,000 American lives, alongside the countless Vietnamese casualties, left scars that still linger today. If you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Your support really helps us, and if you haven't yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Number 3. The Bay of Pigs invasion. In April 1961, the United States embarked on a covert mission to overthrow Fidel Castro's communist regime in Cuba, a mission that would become one of the most infamous failures in U.S. history. The Bay of Pigs invasion was conceived in secrecy, but executed in chaos. Poor planning, lack of coordination, and a gross underestimation of Castro's forces led to a humiliating defeat for the U.S. The operation, intended to be a swift and decisive blow to communism in the Western Hemisphere, instead solidified Castro's power and tarnished America's global reputation. The Bay of Pigs invasion is a cautionary tale of what can happen when intelligence fails and military operations are driven by political pressures rather than strategic realities. Number 2. The Salem Witch Trials. In 1692, the town of Salem, Massachusetts, became the epicenter of one of the darkest chapters in American history, the Salem Witch Trials. What began as the strange behavior of a few young girls quickly spiraled into a frenzy of accusations, fueled by religious extremism, fear of the unknown, and deep-seated social tensions. In a time when the belief in the supernatural was widespread, innocent people were accused of witchcraft, leading to trials that were anything but just. 19 were hanged, 1 was pressed to death, and many others suffered in prison. The Salem witch trials serve as a stark warning of the dangers of mass hysteria, the breakdown of reason, and the catastrophic consequences when fear overpowers justice. Number 1. The Chernobyl disaster. On April 26, 1986, in the early hours of the morning, the world witnessed one of the most devastating nuclear disasters in history. The Chernobyl power plant in Ukraine was at the center of a catastrophic explosion, caused by a lethal combination of human error, design flaws, and operational failures. The event was a direct consequence of a dangerous experiment gone wrong, a test that was supposed to prove the plant's safety mechanisms, but instead highlighted the grave vulnerabilities in the system. The reactor's explosion unleashed a radioactive cloud that spread across Europe, leading to the evacuation of hundreds of thousands and a long-term health crisis that continues to this day. The Chernobyl disaster is a grim reminder of the power and peril of nuclear technology, and the critical importance of safety protocols that should never be taken for granted. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.